What was originally believed to be an April Fool's Day prank, Sol Cresta has finally released to the joy of many shmup fans. Developed by Platinum Games, the company best known for Bayonetta, does this new game live up to the hype? Sol Cresta is friendly to gamers who have never played Cresta games, with an introduction video going over the key story points from previous entries. As for Sol Cresta's story, in the base game it is almost non-existent. It does play a role in the DLC. The dramatic mode from the DLC has characters appear on the outside bars of the screen, going through dialogue relating to each stage. It was all voice acted in Japanese, but the text can be in English. However, it can be difficult to follow along with the story unless you understand Japanese as you play due to having to read text while also shoot and maneuver your ship. I would recommend playing through on easy to immerse in the story for a first playthrough as it will be easier to absorb everything that is going on. But to summarise the story in a single sentence, you are the Yamato squad and you are tasked with saving humanity from Megazova. There is a lot to unpack with Sol Cresta's gameplay, so let's start with the basics. There are 3 ships that can be docked or separated. For most of the time, they will be docked together. Depending on which ship is at the front of the docked formation will dictate which weapon you have. The red ship shoots more traditional lasers that do a moderate amount of damage. The yellow ship has a drill shot which is great for breaking through obstacles like falling rocks. Finally, the blue ship has a missile attack. It isn't that powerful but can be effective to use if you need to focus on evasion. Each of these attacks have a regular shot as well as a charged shot which consumes SP. It is also important to note that on the map, coloured crates and rings appear. These correspond to the red, yellow and blue ships. The crates can only be hit by the correct weapon type, whilst the rings will award you points for flying through them with the matching ship colour. For those who chase high scores, you'll want to pay attention to these. Other pickups on screen include silver and gold coins. These help build up the bar called the Soul Gauge, which is on the right hand side of the screen. This bar unlocks different maneuvers and command shots, such as the circular burst shot. You can also pick up formation chips and the Sol Cresta token. When you start a level, you only have 1 ship, so you must pick up these Sol Cresta items to have the remaining ships join you. Picking them up once you have all ships then refills the shield gauge, or think of it like life points, allowing you to take some hits before getting a game over. The formation chips are required to use the undocked formation attacks. These are like special attacks that can be only used if you have enough SP. The SP bar fills up by destroying your enemies. With so many systems at your disposal, it can feel a little clumsy. It is easy to get overwhelmed and distracted trying to fiddle with formations which can take you out of the gameplay. However, there are 5 different difficulty levels, so you can start on very easy and work your way up once you master the mechanics. I also wanted to mention that Platinum has included the ability to remap all the controls, which is just fantastic. I loved this as I could adjust the setup to what I like to use and make the game more enjoyable. Finally, I had no issues with performance as I played through this on a PlayStation 5. The music in Sol Cresta is a delight. It captures that old school arcade vibe and fits the game. Yuzo Koshiro has done a wonderful job with the score. The sounds when you fire and collect items also instills that nostalgia of retro arcades. The voice acting in the dramatic mode is also well done with each character sounding unique and adding to the intensity of the overall gameplay.
Yamato,
Visually, Sol Cresta will likely be divisive. While some may feel it captures a retro charm, others may feel that all the on-screen elements clash. Also, some of the enemies looked much better than others, so there was an inconsistency with the art of the sprites. Overall though, I never felt like I couldn't define where I was and what I needed to shoot or avoid, which is very important in this genre of gaming. Sol Cresta is an extremely polished game that was a blast to play through. Platinum have modernised the game genre with mechanics from more contemporary titles, while still maintaining that faithful retro feel. My biggest complaint is that the story is locked behind DLC, when ideally it should have been in the base game. This also pushes up the price point to the higher end for that genre of games. And whilst the levels may be longer than the standard for a shooter, it still may seem a little expensive for some. Personally, I feel if it was just a single game with the DLC included, not as a paid extra, it would be worth the price for fans of the genre and those wanting to try a more retro shoot 'em up. Regardless of the cost, if you do pick up Sol Cresta, you won't be disappointed. Thanks for watching. Bye bye!